Hey, it's Chris Jenkins, credential member of the media covering the Carolina Panthers for Charlotte 5. Excuse me. And how's everybody out there doing today? Hey, as always, AKA Man of the People. I earned that name because I love working for the fans. Should you have a question for me, players, or coaches, please let me know. Sorry if my voice, I'm standing up under a vent and it's a little chilly as I try to get this video out to you. But nevertheless, I'm here to give you the Carolina Panthers report for today, Wednesday, October the 5th, as the Carolina Panthers are now in full preparation mode for this matchup against the San Francisco 49ers. That'll be this Sunday at Bank of America Stadium at 4 o'clock. So, you know, you saw the title. I'm going to get to that in a moment. And had some conversations with today. He was allowed to talk with Baker Mayfield as well as Coach Matt Rhule and got some good information from both of those guys. I'm going to share with you pretty shortly here. But let's go ahead and start, first of all, with the injury report. Very important document that I look like I forgot to put on the screen before I got here, so give me a second. I'm going to get that on here for you. Sorry. I forgot to get that injury report. But here we go. Let's go ahead and start with the injury report for this week. Here we go. Running back Christian McCaffrey. He normally doesn't practice on a Wednesday, so this is nothing new, but just wanted to include this so you knew about it. Christian McCaffrey did not practice, getting some rest. Wide receiver Laviska Shenault Jr., he was also did not practice with a hamstring. Linebacker Frankie Luvo, he was limited in practice today with his shoulder. Cornerback Stanley Thomas Oliver, he was did not practice today due to a thigh. Then you also have safety Xavier Woods dealing with the hamstring, and he did not practice. So we have 4 did not practices today and 1 limited in practice. And big one was Jeremy Chinn being placed on the injured reserve today. That means Jeremy Chinn is going to miss at least 4 weeks dealing with his injury, and we'll continue to monitor that and see where it goes. So we're in week 4, so that's week 5, 6, 7, 8. Week 9 is the earliest that we'll have a chance to see Jeremy Chinn back in action. Hopefully he'll heal, and hopefully all these guys will heal. More guys we have healthy, the better we can do for being able to win some games that we need to desperately win. All right. So first up, man, I don't know what's up with my voice. I'm sorry. It didn't sound like this before I started on here with this video, but let's go ahead and go over Coach Matt Rhule and his media availability today. So just spoke about Jeremy Chinn, and I'm going to go ahead and play a clip from you, Matt Rhule, talking about the impact that it may have with Jeremy Chinn being out some games right now. Give me just a second. All right, I'm missing a button that I'm used to seeing on my screen, but they just renamed it. So give me a second here. Coach Matt Rhule on Jeremy Chinn. Nope, that's not it. It is so cold, I'm trying to making some mistakes here, but nevertheless, bear with me here. Jeez. All right. Maybe the third time will be a charm again. I'm sorry for the delay here. I'm just trying to get this clip that I have for Matt Rhule talking about Jeremy Chinn. Third time's a charm.
Yeah, early in the beginning of the season, you know, we made the decision to keep Justin Burris on practice squad, knowing that he was a guy once healthy, because he was a little banged up during training camp. Once healthy, could, you know, we feel like can play at a really high level in this league. So we have, you know, Marquise Blair, who we elevated last week, who's played in the league. We have Justin Burris. Obviously, losing someone like Jeremy Chinn is difficult, right? He's a great player, but you know what? We don't want to rush it. You know, his health comes first, and I want to make sure that you know, he has a chance to heal. So those other guys will be available as well.
So there you go. You have Coach Rhule there talking about Jeremy Chinn being out for this weekend coming up and more weeks to come. You know, we play a pretty good 49ers team coming up this Sunday here at Bank of America Stadium. If you didn't have a chance to watch that Monday night football game, it was one in which you saw the 49ers put it on the defending Super Bowl champions pretty good in that game. Final score in that game was 9-24, but when you don't allow the reigning Super Bowl champions to score not even one touchdown, you're doing some pretty good things, and that's what they were able to do. So we got our work cut out for us in playing against such a great defense. And Matt Rhule talked about the challenges that lay ahead with playing against a defense like that. Let's see, I think I got the wrong screen again, so give me just a second. Got to figure out a better way to organize this so I can play this more quickly for you all. Let's see. Did the same thing again. Take three times the charm, right?
Yeah, I think they're number one. I don't know if there's a category they're not number one in on defense. They've held Russell Wilson and Denver Broncos to 10 points. They held Seattle Seahawks and Geno to 7 points. They held Matt Stafford and the Rams to 9 points. They've held three teams under 10 points or less. So they're excellent at what they do. They've been great on defense for a long time. They've got great players. They've got a great system. Their defensive line is as good as you get. We like our players too. We have a good defense too, and so we're going to try to go play. And our offense, we're going to try to build off things that we do well. These guys, they stop the run, they rush the passer, they play coverage, they have a good blitz package. Coach Ryan's doing a great job. So for me, it's just about we have an offensive line that we like. We're going to lean on them to play well. We're going to lean on our tight ends to play well. Christian, we're going to lean on Christian to play well. We're going to throw the ball around and trust our guys to go make plays. And it's a great opportunity to play against really the best. So it's an opportunity for our guys to play against the best and take a step this week as an all.
So, not really a clear answer to what they're going to do going against the Niners this week. Just really saying that, hey, we got some good guys. They got good guys. We got good guys. We believe in our receivers, believe in our quarterback, Christian McCaffrey. So we believe. But the challenge is certainly going to be getting a fast start, against this 49ers team. If you get behind with this team, I feel like with their defense, we're going to be in a lot of trouble. So I certainly hope that they're going to be doing some things more than just believing that they have good guys and trying to do some different things to get things going, especially on third down. Third downs is a problem for this team, a really big problem that is not giving our team much of a chance to get momentum, to keep the defense off the field, to sustain drives, and third down conversions. We're bad at it. So far this season, just last week against the Cardinals, we were 2-10, 20%. And this third down conversion, the lack of ability to convert, is really making us have our defense on the field way too long. Time of possession for us is really, really off balance. But we were 2-10 last week. For the year, we're 12 of 47. That's just over 25%. That's just not going to get it. We're in week 4. You want to start to see some improvement in that area, and we're actually going backwards in that area. Interesting fact for you, on the year for fourth down conversions, we're doing better on fourth down conversions than we are doing on third down conversions. Fourth down conversions for the year, we're 2 of 5, which is good for about 40%, but yet we're only about 25% on the year for third down conversions. So I know David Tepper, who's been talked about a lot now because he still has Matt Rhule hired on this team. He loved Matt Rhule for his use of data analytics and did not like the fact that Ron Rivera wasn't big on that. And I'm not saying Ron Rivera was the best thing ever, just talking about the reason why there was a transition and how much he believed in it. So today I had the chance to ask Matt Rhule about that. How can this team use those analytics to help maybe solve this problem on these third down conversions?
Yeah, analytics usually they usually talk more about going for it on fourth down. I think when you talk about third downs, there's really two key metrics they talk about. It's usually third down avoidance. It's about staying out of third downs the best way. Like the first game, whoever was 6 of the Cleveland was I think 6 of 18 against us. Being in 18 third downs is a win for the defense, no matter whether they get 30% of them or not. So you want to get first downs on first and second down. In terms of third down, I think the next metric you probably talk about is distance to go. And was early on was our issue. It's gotten better every week. It was like 3rd and 9, the average distance. And then from there, it's just about executing them. So our analytics guys, they after that, they really just talk more about, hey, when to go for it on fourth down, and the analytics guys are usually pretty aggressive about going for it on fourth down.
So there you go. Coach Rhule talking about the analytics and how they could possibly use that information for the third down. And really, for the most part, number one, let's try to avoid getting in that situation. And number two, let's try to shorten the distance that we have to go on those third downs. They're going to have to figure it out because, yeah, they actually have gotten better at shortening those distances, the distance that they have to go on these third down conversions, but they're still not getting the job done. Again, 2 of 10 on third down conversions last week, and on the season, just about 25%. I don't know what it's going to take. Hopefully, I had a chance to have some great conversations with some guys in the locker room. I'm not going to put it all in this video because it'll make it probably like 2 hours long. But one of the things that you kind of get tired of hearing, but is true, like in this league, it's a long season. It's now 17 weeks. And to deal with the adversity, the ups and downs, we laugh at it, 1-0. Next game, but that's the mentality that these guys got to have. 1-0, forget about what happened last week, forget about what's been happening in those previous weeks. Give it your best effort this week, going out against the San Francisco 49ers, and hope that things can start to gain some momentum and turn around. All right, so we'll continue to see. All right, so let's go ahead and get to the big thing that you saw in the title, Baker Mayfield and his comments. It's funny, I enjoy Baker. I know a lot. He threw me off guard in the preseason when I asked him a question, but it's entertaining. But it's Baker, right? So you gotta Baker's Baker. So batted balls, man, it's just getting bad. It's getting worse. You thought it was going to go away, but it's coming back. So, I was thinking, man, isn't there some drills that he could be doing? And just a guy standing in front, cause I see these quarterbacks do all kinds of drills to maintain the ball. If a running back fumbles the ball, people are hitting at the ball, punching at the ball, and he's carrying the ball with 2 hands. If a wide receiver drops the ball, he gets on the jugs machine. He's catching. So I'm thinking, couldn't there be something that a quarterback does if he's having problems with batted balls, having guys in front of him, tall guys run with a pad or something to make him move his feet, search around, and get used to that that skill that he needs in order to prevent these batted balls. So let me go ahead and play what is an interesting response from Baker Mayfield regarding those batted balls.
Whose side are you on?
Baker, the first couple games you may not do anything differently regarding batted balls, but at this point, have you decided that maybe different drill practice some kind of way differently to try to alleviate that problem?
No, I think it still goes as to what we've been talking about. Finding windows to throw in games, and then also we just got to get their hands down when it comes to quick game, things like that, of that nature. So, just finding windows.
When you went back and looked at the tape, that 4th and 1, the RPO, what did you see? Was that a call you were comfortable with? Or?
Yeah, Buda Baker's blitzing, so that's my answer. It's tough on Ian because Buda's hitting the inside on the blitz, so they're going to stem out. So it's tough on him. Because he knew that he wasn't going to get to me, he put his hands up and just a couple fingers off.
Why not try to change drill-wise?
If you got a drill for me, you can let me know. If you have a drill for me, you can let me know. It's like staying in the pocket. It's finding windows to throw, getting their hands down, quick game. It's the same things I keep saying.
All right, so there you have it. Baker Mayfield talking about that I wish that he gets it together. I'm cheering for him to get it together. But to say that you're not doing anything different to try to eliminate those batted balls when it's become such a problem is not really what I want to hear. I want to hear something to say, yeah, I'm gonna try this, I'm gonna try that, and maybe he just didn't want to reveal it for whatever reason. I know he's an alpha male, doesn't like to, you're not going to show any weaknesses when you're that kind of alpha male, so maybe that's what it was. But yeah, that's why why not? Why if something's bothering you? Why something is a problem? Why are you not putting a lot of concerted effort into fixing that? So there you have his response. Hey, this is a good time for me to plug. Man of the people, I work for you guys. You have questions. I love to go to these players, coaches, get those questions answered for you. So if you have not subscribed to the channel, please take a moment and do so. It really helps me to continue to do what I do and do what you all love to do, which is ask the questions directly to the players, ask the questions directly to the coaches. So hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done so. Hit the like button. It helps other Panther fans find out about the show. And I'll continue to work my butt off. It's a tough season. It's been tough. The least I can do is be somebody that's going to work for you and try to get questions answered for you. Can't guarantee that they're going to be the answers that you want to hear, but I can guarantee that you will get an answer, and you can decide on what you want to do with that response yourself. I got a lot of comments that I did not get a chance to talk about. Probably got about 10 more minutes that I could be live here. And I'm going to do my best to run through it all. What's up, Slideshow Rob? What's up, C? Keep pounding, Josh. Appreciate you tuning in. Hey, man. What's going on, Jarius Barringer? Appreciate you tuning in. You got to start utilizing the pump fake like Drew Brees did. He got to do something. I mean, just to say stay in the pocket, look for lanes, that's okay. That's the basics of it, but you're not getting that part. So let's do some drills so these things are more instinctive. And what's going on with Carolina Panthers? Brandon Herbert. Matt Corral has an elite pump fake because of his quick release. Yeah, I mean, I talked about it over on the Monday show in terms of things that you can do to get that ball out and find a lane. Patrick Mahomes puts on a clinic every single Sunday about ways to release the ball, to get it around, over, under. I don't care how you get it there, just get it there without get the ball batted down. And I just feel like there could be some things that he can do to help him improve on it. I mean, at this point, when it's this bad, you just got to do that kind of thing. What's up, Trill One? Appreciate you tuning in. Chinn is out. Yeah, Chinn is out. At least 4 weeks. Jeremy Chinn is going to be out. He's been put on injured reserve. Let's see, just trying to go through these comments. I recommend Baker throw from the pocket with some coaches holding up bags to simulate arms, since Baker want to be smart. It's, again, I feel like that's just, Baker being the alpha male and not want to say, hey, I got to work on this. Just going to stick to some basic replies for improving. But, I mean, that's what practice is for. Practice is for doing drills, to get better at some things that you're struggling with in a game. And why are you not doing some more things to try to get yourself in that position? Just saying that you got to stay in the pocket, okay. I don't know. I asked the question so we can all determine how we want to feel about it. Team is still trying to find out who they are when it should have been established before the regular season started. Rhule is not doing any good on this team. What's going on? Hey, more worship. Good to see you. Nobody sneezed, man. Nobody sneezed. I kind of wanted some more guys to come to my rescue with Baker on that one in the media room, but it didn't happen. But I did what I can. Come on, Jeff. Appreciate you tuning in, though. Appreciate you tuning in, Jeff. We could win. Seriously, but they have to give Baker better situations, like run the dang ball 30 to 40 times a game. Yeah, so Jairus, hopefully I'm saying your name somewhat correctly. I apologize if I'm not. That's another part that I have talked about, and I agree with you 100% about Christian McCaffrey. Talked about it on the pregame show this Sunday about my concern being with Christian, being on the injury report last week, having, I think it was about 25 touches the week before, would they go to limit his carries? And if they are, then I'm concerned about our ability to win the game. And I believe the breakdown was 5 rushes in the first half, 3 in the second. I know definitely the total was 8, and we didn't win. And I don't feel like we're ever going to win without some luck, especially if you just take this quarterback situation into consideration for what we have when we do start passing the ball, that you just got to go ahead and let Christian McCaffrey get his 20 to 25 touches. Again, I forgot to ask Matt Rhule about the data analytics questions and how many touches do they feel like is a max out for Christian during a game, but I feel like that's what happened, that they cut back, but they got to go to it because you're not going to win. You're not winning, and you need to give yourself a chance to win, and Christian McCaffrey is your overall best player on this team. Get him involved. Appreciate the question and comment there. Baker was a good guy. I'm trying to kneel so you guys just don't see the ceiling here. Josh, we might get shut out. Getting shut out is pretty hard to do in the NFL. I don't predict that that's going to happen, especially when we have Eddie Pinheiro, pretty good kicker that's been doing really well for us in the absence of Zane Gonzalez. So I don't see a shutout. I wouldn't bet on that, but it could be challenging. You guys can barely hear the clips. I've heard about that in the past, about the clips. I'll try to see if there's a way that I could play the clips a little bit louder, but it takes me more time. And, in sports media, getting you the information out there quickly is important. But if you all leave comments about the volume on the clips that I play being tough, then I will just have to maybe take more time to get those clips ready to play them. But I appreciate the feedback, Matt. Trying to go through some more of these comments on here before I get off. Got about 4 more minutes. The Panthers may win one more game this season. I hope not. Ramsey not liking Baker. Yeah, Baker, it's captivating, for a guy. Coach Rhule talked about this today. For a guy to go unrecruited, walk on, and then turn himself into a player that wins the Heisman Trophy at the college level, then gets to the pros, is a number 1 draft pick, and now we're looking at, 4 years later, that your career as a whole just seems to be teetering. That's, man, you just, it's astonishing. It's astonishing. What's up, Ali? Appreciate you. Need an assistant? Looks fun. I do have people that work with me. During the week, I don't. But on the weekend, on game days, I do have people that work with me. There's a lot of fun, and I try to report with a different style of just being, I'm like you all, but privileged to have these credentials, privileged to be able to go into the locker rooms, and I just try to approach reporting from a different angle, like what does a common person want to know, and just talk about it in layman's terms, present those questions in layman's terms to those players and coaches. But thanks for the comments, Josh. What's up, Vegas? Appreciate you tuning in. Hey, it's actually time for me to go because Charlotte United football soccer. The soccer team has a game here, and we had to park a lot further away than usual. So, again, subscribe to the channel. I have a lot more comment, lots of good stuff. Talking in the locker room today to J.J. Jansen, the long snapper. And I know that may sound odd, like, okay, what's so captivating about that? But he's a guy that's been on this team for a long time, has a lot of good insight, and he's a captain. So I got that content I want to share with you guys as well. Appreciate everybody that tuned in. I'm going to try to get to these comments later today. everybody that I couldn't get into. Subscribe to the channel, hit the like button. Chris Jenkins reporting for Charlotte Live from Bank of America Stadium.